Oh, we love it. It's giving back to the community, and it's what we do, what we praise, and what we always do. That's our main philosophy as a team.
What's this year been like for you? Obviously, you had such big goals and hopes, and you got off to such a great start, and then you had the injury. What's it been like?
It's been definitely an emotional roller coaster, but that's something you learn to live with and kind of deal with what's coming your way rather than trying to focus on the feelings. You just do what you can do, right? Like with my injury, I can't be in the game, obviously, but I can be a part of the team and help out. So lead other younger players and trying to put it in a perspective, right? So it's the best thing I can do right now. So it's pretty good.
When we talked to you after the Air Force game, we talked to you and it seemed like everything was fine. And then the next day, kind of catch wind of this. What exactly happened?
Well, it just felt like a pop, right? And after I sat down in the locker room after the game and I stood up, it popped again. So I went to the trainers and I was like, just so you guys know, I felt a pop. In the game, I felt the pain all the way up to my neck. And it was a moment where like, right? And then it was fine. All the adrenaline was in and it was high and I was just able to finish the game. As the adrenaline was wearing down, like hour by hour, I could just start feeling all the tendons around the hip flexor and all that started to get super sore. I wasn't able to walk as easily, and that's when it triggered in and we're like, okay, we gotta get an x-ray and kind of see what it is. And the doctor comes in and he's like, yeah, you broke your hip. I was like, no, I didn't. And yeah, so here we are, and now we're back to rehab and we're good to go.
Where are you in that rehab process?
So I got off my crutches about a week and a half ago, and it feels good to actually be walking again. And you know, I'm excited to run, like things we take for granted on a daily basis. And but other than that, it just the first two workouts felt like first week of summer, right? It feels super sore and super fatigued, but as you get to work on it more and more and more, right? The first week is going to suck, the second week is going to suck a little less, and then third week you're on and rolling. So that's where we're standing now.
So we saw you got invited to the bowl game. Are you going to be able to play in that?
We'll see. Yeah, that's the plan.
It is okay.
Yeah, I'm training like I'm going to be able to play, and I'm recovering like I'm going to be able to play. And if I don't feel like
They've told you that's possible, though?
Yes. If it ends up not being able to play because I don't feel safe for any reason, then yes.
But obviously, pro day, you don't think there'd be any concerns by that point?
No.
So do you feel like you still did enough in the first, 5-6 games or whatever it was, and then if you were able to show you're healthy at pro day, I mean, how do you feel the injury may have set you back in terms of the NFL or whatever?
I'm happy with what I've shown I can do. Obviously, there's a lot of things that I can do, and I believe in myself I can do a lot better and more. Now it's just a matter of, an NFL team trusting to put, invest in you, and that's my job to show them that I'm going to be healthy and they can take a chance on me to figure out my potential, right? Like, I haven't played football for that long. I haven't played around that type of competition like NFL. But then you look at people who are in the NFL and they're people who you played with and against. And you're like, okay, maybe it's not so different. And yeah, so it's exciting. I'm not super worried about the injuries, just some that it was God's plan, and now we are where we are.
I mean, I was talking to some scouts and stuff, and they said, if that, they still think you can, but if that hadn't happened, you were well on a path to getting drafted and doing your goal. I mean, were you feeling like it was all coming together for you?
It was, yeah, it was. And, in my head, it just felt like I tried to manipulate my destiny a little bit, and kind of everything was going a little too well. Obviously, there needed to be a little roller coaster there to keep you humble, and that's what happened. So, yeah.
I know you talked to us a lot about your meditation and things like that. I mean, and your faith and stuff. I mean, was that tested at all, or how did that help you get through all this?
It was, and I mean, it helped me a lot with being able to use the power of thought and thinking, like not just positive thinking, but being able to, after a surgery, they cut through your muscles, the synapses and neural brain connection with the muscles is not there. So the power of thinking, okay, I'm pretending I'm lifting my leg, and then you do it, and then it hurts because you haven't done it, and it helped a lot. It definitely did.
I know it was cut short. It didn't end the way you wanted, but you'd always dreamed of hopefully having this opportunity. What was your 1 year like playing here on the Blue?
It was awesome. It was awesome being a part of this team and this community especially. It feels like a family, right? Like, yes, we did have our struggles as a team in the beginning, but that's what families do, like get together, figure out a way, and we ended up having a winning season. So.
What's the lasting memory you're going to have? I don't know if it was your first sack on the blue or running out of the blue the first time, or is there something that 20 years from now when you look back at all this, it's going to be the first thing you think about?
Well, I can't think what I would think in the future, but when that time comes, I will definitely brag about it. That's for sure. I'm excited to brag about my time at BSU because it's something special to be a part of.
And how motivated and eager are you, I guess, to not let this setback be it and show and still, keep writing this story and get to the NFL and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, motivation is temporary. I'm not here temporarily. I'm here for my life goals, right? So this is just something I have to get through, and my grit and what I believe in, and that's what would get me going.
And what have you tried to do to stay involved in terms? Some guys that were done may have just moved on or whatever. You've stuck around and still been around the facility and the team and wanting to help some of these younger guys. Why has that been important to you?
Well, that's been important because it helps with my mental part of staying educated about the game, about football, right? Because obviously I can't play the game, I can't participate. There's not a reason for me to go learn more football right now, but that would keep me in the right track for the next level to be able to know football.
And I guess kind of final thing, but what is your takeaway from your experience playing for Boise State?
Well, I haven't had the time to think about that, but it's definitely been to be able to deal with things that don't come your way, right? And kind of trusting your destiny and what's God's plan in a way, right? I can't argue with anyone about my injury, like it was just a bad step that I did. So it's kind of like putting you in perspective, kind of take a breath, relax, and deal with it.
What's your, I guess, message to Bronco Nation, or what do you hope that, even though you only got to play half the season, what do you hope that fans think about you or remember about you?
I don't know, like I loved being physical out there. That was the main thing I focused on, being physical and running to the football and just loving the people around you. That's just who I am. So I hope I can be remembered for that.
and it sounds like this injury kind of temporarily set you back. It doesn't. A lot of people when it happened thought, oh, there goes his chance or whatever. Right. It sounds like you're seeing this as just another hurdle, but it's not. It didn't derail you completely.
No, no. And if it goes by like in 3 weeks and I still can't walk, then maybe I have to reconsider, right? But we're not there yet, and I'm confident it's going to be fine, and I'm going to be healthy. I know I heal fast, so hopefully, the quicker the better.
So, are you going to keep training in Boise then, or?
For now, that's the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, with some of the changes, we don't know what's going to happen, but.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's under the clouds. We don't know yet. Yeah.
And you'll at least, even if you can't play, you'll at least try to go and meet teams and stuff at the bowl game. Or?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the
plan. We can plan on seeing you at Pro Day.
Yes, that's the plan.
Awesome.